This is Simon Kaufman coming to you from communist-occupied Seattle. Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell recently announced that the city collected $47 million less in payroll expense tax revenue because Seattle chased away big business with their failed implementation of the payroll expense tax. It turns out normal people who pee in toilets are moving out of the state. Who would have imagined that idea that everybody warned wouldn't work? Didn't work. Mayor Bruce Harrell, he gave a statement about the businesses that left or placed workers elsewhere. He said, "We should be wary when they use job placements to avoid paying funding that our communities rely on. But we must also recognize businesses will make choices based on their bottom line." I mean, how dare these companies make choices based on their bottom line when all we want for them is to bend over and line up their bottoms? How dare these companies make decisions using facts and actual numbers when here in Seattle we make decisions based off magical oracles and wishes from nymphs and forest fairies? Can't they just be guided by Pluto retrograde like the rest of us? This fight first sparked off years ago when former Seattle City Councilwoman Kshama Sawant, also known around the galaxy as Kshama the Hutt, a shell-less gastropod known for smuggling spice and bounty hunters in the outer realm of the galaxy. When Kshama the Hutt first fought with big business over what was called a head tax, she felt entitled to other people's money so she could piss it down the drain. We asked for a comment about the issue, and Kshama the Hutt had this to say in response. Kshama the Hutt isn't even from Seattle, like the thousands of locals she chased away with her failed reckless nonsense. You can learn more about Kshama the Hutt's time on the Seattle City Council from her recent memoir entitled How to Fuck Up Everything. Kshama moved to Seattle from India. She left one of the most racist, sexist, classist societies on earth with rabid poverty to move to America, the freest nation with the most economic advancement, to lecture us on our values. Well, Kshama, let me just chop off my legs and grab my begging bowl as you tell us about how American capitalism is so evil. If you actually gave a damn about helping the poor, you could have gone back home to a place like Calcutta, where a blowhard could make a difference. But instead, you came here to chase off jobs with reckless spending, false virtue, and to self-righteously hike up rent through your socialist regulations on builders. Do you know what they call someone who moves to another country, takes over, and destroys everything? A colonial invader. That's right, Kshama the colonial colonizer. A rich, wealthy woman, a beacon of progressive regression who always stands with the working class from her ritzy Madison Park mansion with nice manicured lawn. Such a beacon for the working class. Wow. Let's hear what some of the members of the working class had to say about her plan to implement a head tax.
No head tax! No head tax! No head tax! No head tax! No head tax!
Do you believe that other workers have the right to...
No head tax! No head tax!
Ah, yes. Kshama the colonizer, always in solidarity with the hard-working members of society. Hey, Kshama, tell us about a time you worked in a warehouse, framed a house, laid roofing tile, or stood beside workers as they dug a 200-foot trench in the pouring rain to lay piping for a local building project. A few years ago, when someone vandalized her fancy Madison Park mansion by throwing feces into the lawn, she became outraged. She blamed the police she defunded for not investigating the incidents with their reduced budgets and manpower shortages she created. Wait. Remember, Kshama, when you reduced police budgets, chased away good cops, and put all our lives at risk so you could enact your socialist plan to destroy planet Earth? Remember when you voted to make it so police no longer investigate vandalism, graffiti, and no longer assist Seattle residents when our homes are attacked or damaged? Remember that? As King David said, the stone that the builder refused has become the head cornerstone. Or in this case, the great slinger of shit now has had shit slung. Another colonizing, self-righteous train wreck from India who came to destroy Seattle is Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal. Pramila Jayapal's first job in politics was working as a Gamorrean guard at Kshama the Hutt's palace. Pramila gained national recognition for her sexual fetish for United States border czar Tom Homan, or as the ladies like to call him, Tom Long Dong Homan. Tom Homan reportedly has the largest cock in all of government. Here's a picture of Tom Thirst Trap Homan when he first got into law enforcement. Before he made a career in law enforcement arresting and catching sex trafficking predators, he was part of an elite unit sent into the jungle to catch predators. Tom Homan's cock is so humongous that when ICE agents arrest people, people need to bend over so his cock doesn't poke their eye out. Pramila Jayapal may have the looks of a Georgia bulldog, but her sexual lust for Tom Long Dong Homan is well documented. When Pramila Jayapal first encountered Tom Long Dong Homan, she became very aroused and started banging her gavel.
Authority by the chair.
Mr. Homan.
Authority by the chair.
Mr. Homan.
After we all learned that Seattle's failed policy of a payroll tax on large corporations drove away large corporations and resulted in a budget shortfall, the Washington state legislature came up with a leftist progressive plan. Since it backfired on the Seattle city level, why don't we apply the same progressive regressive idea on the state level? Why fail once when you could fail twice? Like communism and socialism. What already failed every place it's ever been implemented in the 20th century, well, what if we could fail if we simply implemented it in the 21st century? Well, it turns out the legislature ended up not deciding to pursue this policy at this time. But stick around because more bad ideas are sure to be coming down the pike from the leftist progressives. Please tune in for more info, and if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And in a future video, I'm going to discuss the tax plan that was just put out by the legislature, which is the largest tax hike in Washington state history. Thank you very much.